Hey, Sandy, did you get the wedding invitation in the mail?
Oh, yeah, I did. I went ahead and put it in your room.
Thanks.
Whose wedding is it?
A friend from back in middle school. Who I thought I would go since you went to the trouble of sending me an invitation.
That's nice. I don't remember ever hearing about this friend before, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while, but we found each other on social media. The wedding is next month, actually. We ended up getting invited pretty late in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty short notice.
Oh, by the way, a lot of my old friends are going to be there. So we're going to go on a little trip together afterward. I'll be back in about 3 days.
Wow, sounds like you have a lot of plans made already. Kind of wish you would have let me in on this sooner.
Oh, yeah, I should have told you sooner. Sorry you had to find out like this. I was just so excited about seeing the old gang again. We got to talking, and before we knew it, we were planning the trip. I hope you don't mind.
I'm not mad or anything. I can understand why you'd be excited to see your old friends again.
But thanks for being a good sport, Sandy. But I'm really looking forward to next month.
Well, I'm gonna go do some shopping now.
Okay, be careful.
Venue already?
Yeah, I was just relaxing in the hotel. They reserved an incredible hotel for the ceremony. There's a hot spring, and my room has a great view. This place is awesome!
Sounds nice. You're at the Barrendale Hotel, right? The one that my cousin had her wedding at. With the wedding venue built into the hotel?
Well, how did you know?
It was on the invitation.
Oh, that's right. That was 3 years ago, right? I think, right?
Yep.
Oh, hey, my friends are calling. I've got to go.
Okay, have fun.
Talk to you later.
Hey Jonah, how's the wedding? Has the venue changed in the last 3 years at all?
Huh? I don't notice anything particularly different. That was a pretty new facility, so when I think about it, I suppose it makes sense that not much would change in 3 years.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I'm looking at something pretty shocking right now.
What?
So this wedding for your old friend. You're the groom, aren't you? You looked so happy in the chapel just now when you exchanged your vows. I haven't seen you look that happy in a while. The invitation you showed me was a decoy to keep me from being suspicious, wasn't it?
What? Of course not! Hey, what's up with you? Is something wrong? Well, I'm just at the wedding as a guest, remember? Hey, the reception is going to start soon. Gotta run!
Wow, you're really dedicated to the bit. How long do you plan on keeping it up?
Bit? What bit?
You know, your whole story about your old friend.
Huh?
Maybe you should just ask your bride about it yourself. I told Rachel everything.
You what? Sandy, why didn't you tell me? I had no idea you and Rachel were related. How was I supposed to know that? Do you have any idea the position you put me in just now?
Well, I mean we're related, but not very close. Like third or fourth cousins. I only ever spoken to her once. It was at her great-grandpa's funeral. I barely knew anyone there, so I just hung out with the other relatives my age. Like, we're not even close enough for her to invite me to her wedding.
Then how did you know?
My great-aunt was invited to the wedding. She saw you go into Rachel's room at the hotel yesterday. She sent me your picture and asked, "Hey, isn't this your husband?" When I saw that, I jumped right in the car and drove to the venue. I sat in the very back row during the wedding. I wanted to see it with my very own eyes.
Oh, boy.
She probably didn't recognize you by name because you were using your old last name on the invitation. After all, you ended up taking my last name after a wedding. Because your parents had cut you out of their lives after a big fight a few years prior. You did a good job covering your tracks. I don't think anyone else caught on to you before the wedding. You told your little sob story about your fight with your parents to get her not to invite them to the wedding. And the only other guests from your side of the family were the actors you'd paid to be there. Yes, I know about that too. You're my husband, Jonah. You're a married man. So, I don't want to hear you complain about the position you're in, seeing as how much you lied to Rachel.
I didn't mean to.
So, mind telling me how this all happened? Since you're still married to me, you can't get legally married to Rachel. You understand that, don't you?
I never meant for things to go this far with Rachel. I was only fooling around. But I can't hit it off with her parents while we were dating. Rachel started calling me her fiancé, and well, here we are.
You proposed?
No. I didn't know this until later. But Rachel's family has this thing about dating where you can only date someone you're intending to marry. And all of a sudden, they started planning the wedding. Booking a venue, buying a dress. So I just got caught up in it all, and, well, that all led up to yesterday's wedding.
Well, that's quite a story. But it sounds like everything is all your fault.
Hey, come on.
Don't come on me.
Give me a break. The wedding was called off, and I'm obviously going to break up with Rachel now, so problem solved, right?
Nothing is solved.
What do you mean?
You actually think there's no more problems here?
Well, yeah. Rachel and I are breaking up.
You plan an entire wedding with another woman, and you think this can be made okay by just breaking up with her?
Well, I did spend a lot of money on the wedding, sorry about that too, but hey, that just means we need to work hard together to pay it off.
I'm sorry. Do you think our marriage is going to continue as usual after this?
Well, yeah, we are still married, aren't we?
I'm divorcing you, you idiot.
Why?
What kind of psychopath would keep on living with the man who betrayed her?
Sandy, let's talk about this, okay? You're at your folks' house, right? I'm over there tomorrow.
Don't you dare. Stay away from me, you lying, cheating moron.
Sandy, I'm not a moron. Sandy, please don't divorce me. And please don't sue me either. I don't have any money.
Yeah, I bet Rachel's suing you too. Plus, you have to pay the actors from the wedding.
Exactly, I'm completely broke. Thanks for understanding, Sandy. You're a great wife.
Hate to break it to you. But yes, I'm still divorcing you. And yes, I'm still suing you. I want a lump sum payment, by the way.
What? Don't do this, Sandy. I already have to pay Rachel 100k for marriage fraud. If you have any feelings left for me at all, please at least don't sue me. Think of all the good times, okay?
I have no feelings left for you, at all. That all went out the window when I found out you were cheating on me.
Oh.
Plus, I can't get the mental image of your dopey smile when you said "I do" the other day out of my head. But let's be real here. Do you honestly not understand the gravity of what you've done?
I don't have a dopey smile.
Yes, Jonah. Yes, you do. Very dopey. This is getting exhausting. Can you manage to muster up a few brain cells and think for yourself? I don't want to have to explain this all for you.
Sandy?
Would you like me to tell you more about how dopey you looked at the wedding?
You said enough already.
I took a hilarious picture. I might post it on social media.
Sandy, I'm your husband.
Not for long, you're not.
Sandy!
By the way, your parents messaged me the other day.
What did they say?
Rachel contacted them to see if there was anything else you were lying to her about. They had no idea you were married to me, or that you were marrying Rachel. They were pretty shocked.
Well, I never told them, so...
Also, if you cooperate with the divorce and move back in with them, they can get you a job and support you financially for a while.
Really?
Generous, aren't they? You'd better be good to them, got it?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks, Sandy.
Don't mention it.
Sandy, I'm being kidnapped! I just got thrown into a black battle van!
Huh?
I went to my parents' house yesterday. I thought I was going to be able to live with them. They said they were going to get me a job with company housing, but they didn't say it would be this company.
What company is it?
They've got a real bad reputation around here. I don't know if I'm ever going to make it out of here alive.
Don't you think you're being a bit overly dramatic?
No!
They said it was a company that has a very thorough training program for new employees that are, well, like you. I think it sounds perfect for you. Consider it an opportunity to turn your life around.
How can you be so optimistic about this?
Anyway, why are you contacting me?
Well...
You paid the lawsuit judgment. Our divorce is finalized, as far as I can see. I don't have any reason to speak to you ever again.
But Sandoy!
Goodbye, Jonah.
Sandoy! Wait!
Enjoy your car ride. When my husband said he got cut off from his family, it seems like he meant that he couldn't handle their strict parenting style and ran away from home. I don't really know enough to say who was in the wrong, but anyway, Jonah started his work and re-education program at his new company. He's having a bit of difficult time adjusting to his new environment. I know because the other day, he called me from a public phone saying, "Please help me." What a loser. I just said, "You're pathetic," and hung up the phone. He tried calling Rachel too, but she gave him the exact same response. After a few days of crying himself to sleep every night, Jonah seems like he might just be on the path to becoming a semi-decent human being.
Hey, Mia! Let's go to a cool party tonight!
Hey, Hillary, a bit too sudden, don't you think? It's been 6 months since we graduated from college, and you call me out of the blue to go to some party? And what's more, you know I'm really not into that stuff.
I had no one else to call. I was a bit reluctant to invite you, Mia.
Oh yeah? So if I refuse, wouldn't be much of a problem. See you then.
Hold on. Hear me out first. That kind of attitude in this day and age is not gonna cut it. If you're too poor to go, just say so. Say, "I don't have any money for that," or something. I wouldn't care one bit.
Oh, yeah, thanks. But didn't you say you had like 5 boyfriends? You want to go to a party and meet more or something?
Yeah, I guess.
So you want to go to a party to meet a bunch of guys?
Those 5 guys I went out with, I dumped them all. They were boring. I'm in the process of finding a new batch of guys.
Boy, you really have not changed at all, LOL.
You're just a poor girl that doesn't understand the joys of male company. Unlike you, a daughter of a company president needs a lot of guys around her. It enhances her beauty.
Oh, is that so?
This party tonight, the guys that are going to be there are real elites, very good future prospects. Sons of company presidents. Some even started IT businesses, even a couple of doctors. So it's not a party anybody can go to. But I'm the daughter of a company president, so I'm one of the elites. But the 2 girls I was supposed to go with canceled at the last minute.
Oh, I get it. So I'm just there as a body count.
Body count? It's not just that, you know? That's what I like about you, Mia. No need to explain. You get right to the point. Even if you're mediocre, and you certainly are, the moment you stand next to a beauty and elite like me, well, there is no denying the total difference between us.
Well, I really can't comprehend this fashion sense you have, covering yourself with all this gaudy so-called brand junk.
Junk, huh? You're just envious that you can't afford it. I'm an executive's daughter. I have to be a role model for all the women out there. It'd be a crime not to do so.
Oh, that's so very wonderful. Which means if I attend, it would ruin everything. So, next time then. Bye!
Come on, be a good sport. Huh? Please? For a penniless girl like you, this is a good chance to eat your fill. Save on dinner, get a few free drinks in the process.
Yeah, paid exuberant entrance fee, and I'm in the red.
Are you serious? The entrance fee is only $50.
Oh my god, that's way over my monthly allowance.
There may never be a chance like this in your life, especially a penniless pauper like yourself.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Come on, I'm pleading with you.
Oh, hold it a second.
Huh?
Earlier you said two of the girls canceled.
Yeah, so what?
So, are you going to invite another person?
Not yet. I was going to get someone after convincing you.
Okay, here's the deal. If my friend can come, I'll attend.
Oh yeah? Who is this friend of yours?
Her name is Elena. She just got back from living overseas.
Overseas?
Yeah, Elena went to high school and college in the UK.
Wow, sounds kind of exotic. So studying overseas means she's pretty well off.
We were together during elementary school and junior high. We're childhood friends. After graduating from college overseas, she started working in the same company as me.
But if she's so well off, why work?
Yeah, well, she wants to make it on her own.
So she has to work to make a living. Is that what you're saying?
Elena just asked me where this party is going to take place.
It's at that new restaurant/bar down on 5th Street.
Oh yeah, that place. Elena's never been there and said she would love to go.
She's never been there?
She's also never been to these boy meet girl kind of parties and said she wants to check it out. What do you say?
Oh yeah? Was it always like this? Can't even afford to go to a local restaurant. Where do you people eat?
FYI, Elena's not exactly poor.
I'm willing to invite her since you're too poor and would never have this opportunity to go to such a high-class party. You know I feel sorry for you guys. It'll be a good experience for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright then, I'll send over the details later. Hey Elena, it was fun, huh?
Oh, hello, Hillary. Yes, it was. Thank you very much for inviting us today.
Did you like the party?
Yes, very much. It's not often I can experience such a get-together. I really appreciate the opportunity.
It was really nothing special, the usual party. But because I'm the daughter of a company president, I was able to gather up that many eligible guys.
I have to say, Hillary, I'm totally impressed. To be honest, this is the first time I was able to have drinks with such fine gentlemen.
You know, I thought so. You seem so out of place. I thought it may have been your first experience. So all this time you've been living a drab and uninteresting life, huh?
Yes, you're right. I realize how inexperienced I was in such matters. Do you often have the opportunity to socialize with fine young men?
Yeah, I guess. I always have at least 3 guys.
That's really wonderful.
But I have to say, being poor really sucks. On the other hand, I'm having trouble keeping the guys away from me.
It seems you are a very loose woman.
Huh?
I have the opportunity to accompany my father on various social functions, but...
Huh? Social functions?
Yes, my father often invites business people to social gatherings.
Elena, is your father a company president or something?
Oh, pardon me. Did I not mention it? My grandfather is the CEO of Hendrix Industries and also runs several of its subsidiaries. My father is the president of Hendrix Trading.
Did you just say Hendrix Industries? One of the largest conglomerates in the world?
Yes, I have lived a cloistered life, so it was the first time I was able to enjoy such a boisterous time with such gentlemen.
Yeah, that's all fine and all, but Hendrix Industries, really?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And what's this about loose women?
Oh, that? Maybe it was a poor choice of words.
What do you mean?
Well, during the party, I went to the powder room. The other girls, excluding you and me, of course, were also there. One of the girls said, "Hillary is such a loose woman. That's why the guys clamor around her," or something to that effect.
What?
Yes, I was confused by the term loose woman. Since you're having such trouble with men, I would very much like to offer my help.
What do you mean?
I'm so sorry. I am not quite sure what loose woman actually means. Is it the size of your clothes, perhaps? Do your undergarments and dresses not align with your body measurements? That could be the reason they feel loose.
Huh?
We own several clothing companies which may be just right for you. If you like, I can introduce you to the shop.
Hold on a second.
This shop has a specialist that measures your body down to a fraction of an inch. Whenever I purchase clothes, I often visit them. If you are having difficulties discouraging men from annoying you, I think you should select clothing that attracts a specific type of gentleman that is close to your preferences. This shop can custom design and create fashionable clothes that fit you perfectly. They can also coordinate different fashions for different occasions. I highly recommend them. I think you would be beautiful in them.
Ugh, forget it.
Huh?
Please, just forget I ever contacted you.
Really?
Yes, goodbye.
Yes, it was a pleasure talking with you, Hillary.
Hey, Mia, are you there? Who in the hell is that? Elena.
Oh, hey, Hillary. The party just ended. Don't you have to send line messages to all the guys you met?
Forget that. What's this about her being the daughter of that Hendrix Corporation?
Oh yeah, I guess she didn't mention that part at the party.
Why does a super rich girl even know a penniless nothing like you?
As I said, we went to school together. And now we work at the same company.
That's what's weird.
What's weird?
Why is a girl like that even working? And it's not even related to her father's company.
Just because her father's a company president doesn't mean she doesn't want to work.
Huh?
I mean, she's the heir to a huge corporation. Seems logical to gain work experience if she's gonna take over someday.
Huh? Heir to a corporation?
You know, Elena seems a bit bubbly, but actually she's super smart. Of course she speaks English, but she also speaks Spanish, German, Chinese. I think it's like 9 or 10 languages.
10 languages?
She knows so much about the stock market too. So good she could probably make a living as a trader. She's a business genius if you ask me.
Really?
But you know how she is. She doesn't have a lot of real-world experience, or how to socialize normally, so her father is really worried about her. So in order for her to get that experience, she was recruited by my father's company to get the experience she needs.
Huh? Hold on a second.
What is it?
She's working at your father's company?
Yeah, that's right. Not the huge corporation like Elena's father, but oh yeah, there's a subcontracting company we're currently working with that has the same last name as yours.
Subcontracting company?
It's not a common name around here. Hey, could it be a relative of yours?
Huh? What are you saying?
Well, forget that. It was a good opportunity to get to know Elena, wasn't it?
Huh?
You're always saying you want someone rich and awesome to be in your circle of friends. I am so glad I was able to introduce Elena to you.
Yeah, thanks. All right then, I'm pretty busy. I better get going.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for today. Just so you know, Elena was sincere about helping Hillary. That invitation to the party came when Elena and I were having lunch. As I was talking, she was fascinated by the prospect of going to such a party. It's almost as if I went along with her. When I explained the true meaning of loose woman, she was frantic with worry. She was adamant about apologizing to Hillary for such a rude comment, but I explained to her that it was a good lesson for her and that she actually did her a favor. Since that incident, we haven't heard from Hillary, but the other day I contacted the subcontracting company and the person that answered sounded just like Hillary. Her father probably made her start working at his company to gain some real-world experience.
Hello, is this Mrs. Leon? This is Chris, Sean's fiance.
Good evening, Chris. Thanks for coming with Sean and greeting us the other day.
It was nothing. About Sean.
What is it?
It's not him, it's you.
What? Did I do something to offend you?
I'll tell you this straight. Stop pretending to be his mother when you aren't even related.
What?
I heard that you're his father's second wife. I don't like how you pretended to be his mother even though you're not.
Well, we aren't related by blood, I guess, but I married his father when he was 13, and we've been family for almost 20 years now. Sean treats me like I'm his mother. I raised him like he was my own son, too.
Stop it, it's annoying.
Annoying?
It's no use trying to make me feel bad for you. I'm not so dumb as to be fooled by such a lame story.
You seem to be quite hostile.
How you start is important when it comes to things like this. Which is why I'm going to say it clearly right now. I'm going to marry Sean. But you aren't related to him, so you're not going to be my mother-in-law. I'm not going to listen to what you, a complete stranger, says. Do you understand?
I see. Understood.
Don't come to the wedding either.
What? The wedding as well?
Yes, and the family gathering too.
I don't want to seem nosy, but shouldn't both the parents be there?
That isn't a problem. I have it planned out already. Don't come to the wedding. You're just a stranger.
I see. I was thinking about deciding how to get along with your relatives once I got to know you better. But I didn't think I would be shunned upon this much just because I'm Sean's stepmother.
As long as you understand. Oh, that reminds me. Don't tell the others you won't come to the family gathering or the wedding yet, okay?
Why?
I have a surprise planned for Sean and his father before the family gathering, which is why I want you to not say anything unnecessary.
What kind of surprise?
I'm not going to tell you, the complete stranger. I won't forgive you if you tell anyone, okay?
Mom? Did you hear from Chris about today?
Huh? Oh, hi, Sean. What do you mean?
Me and Dad were called to a nearby restaurant by Chris. She said that there's something she needs to tell us. But she wouldn't come even after the time we agreed to meet. So I wondered if she told you anything.
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, I see.
I'll tell you if I hear anything.
Thanks.
Why? Why didn't they like my surprise? Did you bribe them or something?
Chris? What's the matter?
Is it fun ruining my surprise? Isn't this a bit rude? Just because you won't be able to act like his mother anymore doesn't mean you can do such a thing.
The surprise you told me about the other day was today? Judging by your tone, it didn't work?
Stop playing dumb. You knew about it and ruined it.
But I didn't do anything. I don't even know what the surprise of yours is.
What? You ruined it precisely because you knew. Stop lying.
Can you please stop assuming I did something?
Besides, I only found out you called Sean and his father 20 minutes ago when Sean sent me a text.
What? Sean?
He told me you didn't come even after the agreed meeting time, so he asked if I had heard anything from you.
The person I was with was late, which is why I was late as well.
So there was someone you wanted Sean and my husband to meet? Both Sean and his father noticed immediately who it was, got mad, and left as soon as I brought her.
The two of them are usually so kind. There's not many people they would treat like that. Just who did you bring?
Miss Duncan.
Miss Duncan? Oh, I see. No wonder they got mad.
What? Why? She's Sean's real mother and your husband's former wife, who he wouldn't have divorced if it wasn't for you.
She is Sean's real mother, but where did you get the idea that my husband didn't want to get divorced with Catherine?
She said it herself.
Why did you contact her in the first place? You don't know her, right?
I had the thought that he would be happy if I reunited him with his actual mother when I heard that you were his stepmother. So I hired a detective agency, and
You hired a detective agency?
then I heard from Miss Duncan about the divorce.
What did she tell you?
She told me that the reason they got divorced was because Mr. Leon cheated on her with you. And that she wasn't able to get custody of Sean since she was struggling financially at the time. She also said that she hasn't met Sean ever since and cried.
You didn't ask Sean or his father about this. You could have even asked me.
Huh? I didn't ask you because I knew there was no way you would tell the truth.
And what makes you think so?
Because you're the one who stole Mr. Leon from Miss Duncan, right?
Huh?
There's no way I would be able to trust you. The reason for the divorce. I don't want a woman like that to pretend to be Sean's mother and congratulate us on our marriage either. I was planning on making Mr. Leon reflect on his past mistakes by reuniting him with Miss Duncan. And in the end, convince him on agreeing to remove you from the wedding.
You keep saying all these things. But you didn't even bother asking anyone other than Miss Duncan, someone you just met.
Well, she's probably much more trustworthy than someone who would steal a husband from his wife.
And who told you that I stole Sean's father from Miss Duncan? Only her, right? You're making a big misunderstanding.
Huh? Misunderstanding?
Yes, quite a big one. You went out of your way and hired a detective agency, but you failed to do the simplest thing. What's your problem? Sean and his father just got home. I'll let you talk to Sean from here.
Chris, I'm canceling the wedding.
Why? I just wanted to reunite you with your real mother.
No one said to do such a thing.
Huh?
I don't know what she told you, but it wasn't my dad who cheated, it was her.
Huh?
Dad used to go on a lot of business trips. She used this as an opportunity to bring guys into the house. One day, Dad got home earlier than was planned and found out. That's when they got divorced.
Maybe that's a lie? Mrs. Leon told you this, right?
Dad and Mrs. Lyon only met half a month after the divorce. And they only started going out another half a year later.
What?
There are a lot of people who can prove this. But most importantly, I remember it happening myself. Not like I want to remember, though.
That means you didn't want to meet Miss Duncan?
Obviously.
But I had no idea she was like that. So I thought it would be better to invite your real mom instead of her to the wedding. It's not like I meant any harm.
But you did, didn't you?
What?
A few days later, after I told you that Mrs. Leon was my father's second husband, I accidentally overheard you talking on the phone with one of your friends. You said something like, "Oh, this woman pretending to be Sean's mother is definitely no good. I'll find a way to get them divorced."
You heard?
You hadn't met her yet at the time, so I thought you would understand she was a good person when she did. Which is why I didn't say anything. To think that she would bring that woman just to get my parents divorced.
But
You only believed what Miss Duncan said because you wanted to believe it so you could get my parents divorced. That's why you didn't even think to doubt her.
it's a known fact that stepmothers are evil,
Huh?
which is why I wanted to save you from that terrible woman.
What is that nonsense? No matter how you look at it, what you did was a terrible deed based on a misconception fueled by your spite.
Huh?
There are stepmothers who raise their children like their own, and families who love each other despite not being related by blood. Mrs. Lyon, my mother, is the one who taught me this.
That's impossible.
It seems like you even looked down on my father, thinking he was a cheater. I don't think I can get along with someone who sees my parents like that.
I don't want to cancel the marriage.
If you just accept now, there's no need to pay any sort of alimony, as nothing's technically happened yet. I think it would be best for the both of us.
No!
Sorry, but I don't feel like marrying you anymore.
I said I don't want to cancel the marriage. It's not like you don't like me anymore, right?
What? Of course I don't like you anymore.
Huh?
Anyways, I'll set up a meeting so we can talk things through face to face. The both of us aren't being logical right now, so it's probably best if we cool down for a bit. Bye.
You don't like me anymore?
It seems Sean telling Chris that he didn't like her anymore had a big effect on her. Ultimately, she seemed to stop caring and agreed to cancel the marriage. But the real hell awaited her after all of this. Apparently, Miss Duncan and her new husband barged into Chris's apartment. They keep telling her to support them financially now that she's Sean's wife, even though she keeps saying the marriage was canceled. Her relationship with her parents was ruined after they found out about the incident, so she has no one to rely on anymore. She gave up and is now supporting Miss Duncan and her husband, two unemployed middle-aged people who are basically strangers to her. No one tries to help her, and apparently she can be frequently seen crying day and night while working her butt off.